Marketing 475, Empathy Map for students' attitudes concerning the Southern University marketing brand. My name is Zachary Walker. This is for December 3rd, 2020. And here we go. Our first interviewee was Ms. De'Aaron Thomas. She's a senior business management major, and for her views on the school, she said that she had a connection to the university since middle school, as well as she admired the strong family presence that's created at the university. Things like that pertain to marketing towards I guess you could say your traditional HBCU student. She also mentioned that Southern is a prestigious university compared to other HBCUs, and that's the way that it's viewed in the HBCU realm of things. When it comes to sports, academics, your entertainment, like I said, your student life, when it comes to the Southern University band and other aspects that just help Southern to promote their marketing. For the think part of the empathy map, she believes that Southern is a school that can be marketed to any student. And that is something that would attribute to Southern being able to reach students outside of that traditional construct of a student that would consider attending an HBCU, as well as and that goes towards students that that Southern has that study abroad, as well as just other students that might be from the country but just decide to take a different route for a school. Her positive attitude towards the university attributes to its ability to attract students that appreciate the school. And when I say students that appreciate the school, I'm referring to those, of course, under that traditional umbrella who do look for entertaining sports, who do look for, let's say, of course, academics, but let's say they're looking for things that interest them in school outside of the academic realm of things. Of course, like I said, sports, as well as student life, leisure activities, the geological location of the university, as well as those students who look for the academics. And that's either their number one priority or just high on their list whenever they're deciding to attend a particular school for higher learning. The interviewee was pretty relaxed when throughout the interview. I'm sure she felt comfortable and she didn't seem bothered or indifferent by the questions. What I mean by that is when I asked her a question, she never got, let's say, tensed up, or she never, to say that the questions were that made her feel uncomfortable or put her in a particular spot where she couldn't answer those questions either truthfully or in a terms from a personal aspect, as well as from understanding the marketing aspect of the university when it comes to marketing the particular attributes that make up the marketing brand. I'm sure she felt certain when she answered those questions and somewhat happy. And what I mean by the happy aspect is when she mentioned the tour that she attended with her mother and grandmother. That's I'm sure like a nostalgic feeling whenever she decided to come to the university, remembering the things that she witnessed as a child and witnessed growing up, whether it was multiple visits over time or if it was just that one particular instance. She also mentioned that she decided to come to the school after having to go to a community college because of ACT scores. So that shows that she was determined to get here to Southern University. And when you, as a school, whenever you have that effect on students, whenever you market to them, knowing that whatever they have to go through to get to that particular university to get there and attain a degree, that's a wonderful attribute of a university to have. Because of course, some schools, if a student doesn't get accepted into that particular university, either after their freshman or sophomore year, some of them just give up. Some of them may not even consider college in general. So the fact that Southern is able to market to students, even if they decide to choose another university for their freshman or sophomore year, and to get those students back under their umbrella to consider a degree from Southern, that's a great attribute of the school, and that it speaks volumes of the marketing brand of the school. Our problem statement. The senior, Ms. Thomas, she needed a way to innovate the donor process at Southern because it can lead to generous donors. And that goes back to when I did ask her about Southern being able to market itself to new students as well as to donors for either alumni or whether it's investors or scholarship partners that invest into the school to get viable assets for the school for academics as well as those extracurricular things. I like how she mentioned the cultivation parties, and that those type of parties allow board members and executives at the university to connect with those possible donors, whether, like I said, whether it's alumni of the university or it's a particular company that plans on donating to the university. It allows them to connect on a different level outside of the traditional meeting. The cultivation party option, whenever she mentioned that, was something that was very notable, and I like how that stood out in her interview. Our next interviewee was Mr. Javante Kelly. He's an MBA candidate here at the university. He said that the university made an impact on him through family as well, and that the university has a presence among the rest of the world. And one of the most important parts of the university's brand is the human jukebox, which is the school's marching band. And that particular, those statements stood out to me because as I mentioned with our first interviewer, she said that of course there are things that make impressions on people at an early age. Like she said, she came here to Southern on a tour when she was in about middle school, and that was one of the things that made an impression on her. So of course that adds to Mr. Kelly's statement in saying that the university's band contributes to that overall marketing brand. As he also said, he was a member, he was able to travel and go places, do some things he may have never done or may have done at a later part in life if he hadn't been in the band. So of course the university's band is a great marketing tool. And I do like that he included that because of course to some people who may not know about Southern University, they might see the band somewhere first, and then the question is posed, hey, who's that school, or what band is that school from? And then that would bring interest into the school, and of course the academics, the major opportunities, the networking opportunities. Those are the things that may come after that. The interviewee, he said that the university did a good job at marketing and accepting new students, as well as he had a positive attitude towards the university and the marketing of its brand. His positive attitude towards the university is really something that speaks volumes to the university's marketing brand, because when you're able to reach students that are passionate about their school, passionate about their studies, passionate about the things that they begin to the journeys that they start on campus, that's when you create students that, of course, do become notable alumni. The interviewee actually got excited when he decided to talk about his affiliations and contributions on campus, as well as his organizational affiliations. He said he was a member of the Pi Sigma Epsilon business fraternity, and that it allowed him to become prepared for the corporate world. And he said that they trained for success. He also seemed pretty comfortable when answering questions, and he was a bit more enthusiastic when answering questions and when going through the interview. And his thoughts about things were pretty solid. I'm sure the interviewee felt joy and happiness throughout the interview because he also spoke towards having a nostalgic view of things on Southern, as well as saying that he knew Southern was somewhere he wanted to go, even though he also had I wouldn't say a mishap, but he said Southern accepted him late in the period between transitioning from high school to choosing the undergrad path for higher learning. But in that, he said that, of course, he considered another school, but once he got that acceptance letter from Southern, he said that he knew that that's where he wanted to go. And it also speaks volumes to the marketing brand that he also decided to stay at Southern for his MBA. Because, of course, overall, whenever students choose to go to particular universities for undergrad studies, some of them may or may not enjoy their experience, may or may not think they're prepared enough for the corporate world or other things. But it speaks volumes to Southern's marketing brand in that he decided to stay at the university and was satisfied with their systems and was satisfied with their curriculum. And he felt that they would help him prepare for the corporate world. So our problem statement, the grad student, he's an MBA candidate, Mr. Javante Kelly. He feel like he needs a way to connect his passion for his affiliations as well as the organizations he was involved with, the academics, all that. Connect that passion to the new students, or connect that passion to incoming students that decide to pick the university. To develop a positive attitude towards that brand. It allows the alumni and students to market the university by word of mouth or many other avenues. And this actually concludes my presentation.